Thank you, comrades. And now to my final word. Brothers and sisters, tonight I would like to issue an apology to Matua Winston Peters. Over the weekend, I wrote a blog on the Daily Blog arguing that when it comes to genocide, the front line for protest is everywhere. And I defended people protesting outside his house and made a throwaway line about people spitting in Matua Winston's food, which created 3 responses. The first was a deluge of poorly spelt death threats from New Zealand First supporters, which I wasn't too concerned about because most looked like they were in their 80s and I felt I could walk them, and I could outwalk them if they chased me. The second response was Sean Plunkett calling me every hour demanding I appear on his radioactive hate troll farm so he could adjudicate the standards of my comment. I know Sean is watching, so hi Sean. No, I have no interest whatsoever appearing on your radioactive hate troll farm so that you can pass judgment on my comments, because in the past, Sean has attempted to claim images of starving Gazans were faked, has claimed Maui dolphins were the, and I quote, Down syndrome kids of marine mammals that deserve to die, has asked if anyone felt sorry for Harvey Weinstein, and infamously claimed he was concerned about a mass outbreak of anorexia in Gaza. Allowing Sean Plunkett to pass judgment on standards is like having a panel of lepers judge a beauty contest. The third response to my comment about spitting in Winston's food drew a Trumpian rant from Winston himself, where he compared me to political violence on par with Charlie Kirk's assassin, and he called me Bummer Bradbury 5 times. Comrades, while I certainly have a fine ass, I'm not sure I want the attention of Winston Peters on it, and can I remind everyone who has seen his rant that this is the Foreign Minister of New Zealand getting into a mudslinging fight with a left-wing blogger. My original post had 640 views. Him quoting me has had 100,000. So if anything does happen, it's his amplification and personal abuse that will have caused it, not me. I suppose for a man who has had more free lunches in the Southern Hemisphere than Shane Jones, the idea some underpaid Gen Z hospo staff might spit in his soup has turned Matua Winston into an easily triggered snowflake wallowing in victimhood. This is a man who has built a political career out of dog whistle personal attacks on minorities, migrants and vulnerable groups. Remember what he said about Benjamin Doyle, Rawati's facial tattoos, Harry Tam, migrant Green MPs, more than any other politician in recent years. Winston thrives on exploiting community division for political gain. For him to play the victim is like the Taliban demanding to see the manager. But be that as it may, I apologise to Winston for my comments that saw him write a deplorable personalised attack on me in a way that even Donald Trump would consider went a bit too far. He called me a fat retard, for crying out loud. Don't spit in Winston's food, but I do think you can fart in his presence. That's right, folks. I've gone from spitter to farter. Comrades, this is not about what I wrote. This is not about protesters outside his home. It's not even about the smashed window, which, let's be clear, was wrong and unacceptable, and the person who did that will face the law. This is about Winston and the government he is part of putting us on the side of war criminals and genocide. That is what is truly unforgivable. Of course, in any normal situation, we shouldn't protest outside politicians' homes. But when it comes to genocide, the front line for protest is everywhere. Winston put the Palestinians last, New Zealand second to last, and Israel first. In solidarity, the revolution continues. Ka pai, Aotearoa.